tindzaba letimnanzi noma le sebenta kakhulu tindzaba temabhayisikili sitawuva ukuthi ingabe basiphatheleni ngale weekend because about 3 weeks ago seva ukuthi balontsha lapha entasi ezulwini lapho khona bebanethula khona imncintiswano wabo lotaba this coming weekend. So if awukabhalisi angikwati ukuthi ugatseni ngingabe sengithi nangisuka ke lapho ku Forever Cycling sengiyagijima sengiyanta entasi eThekwini lapho khona insatheli yethu Fabrice Msonera asithathela konke lokwendekako khona eDurban sihlangu semnikathi singene lemidlalo yeKhosafa 2022 imidlalo kuyinqumbi idlalelwa khona eKingswell Stadium nangabe awukakhona kubukela umdlalo wesihlangu against iMauritius ungayinzawo utawubukela konke la njengoba ngishilo ungonela umhle ukuthi ngiphethe licembu Forever Cycling Clinton McNamara not Bill Clinton.
Not Bill Clinton.
Hello and welcome.
Sawubona ke master. First asesibingelela labantu vele sibabone and let's wish Sihlangu Semnikate a good luck tonight. We all wish for them to succeed.
Okay. But ke McNamara kutokhuluma tindzaba tesihlangu kutokhuluma indzaba te Too Fast Too Furious. Ngasho ukuthi i-event lena noma i-race lena leni second edition since nayiqala the first edition yaba successful. Tell us about this event letako nge-weekend.
Okay, a little bit of history Forever Cycling. Last year in 2021, our sponsor, which is Value Auto Sports, was sponsoring 58,000 emalangeni last year to host the first event after COVID. And we were fortunate that it was a dual championship. We hosted it together with ECA, Eswatini Cycling Association, as national championship and a race. This year, our sponsor has come back and blessed us with 78,500 emalangeni to host the second version of Too Fast, Too Furious.
Usakhuluma ngalelanga, I remember ukuthi during the launch, ngabona two masheke.
Yeah, Bomas. Yes, the one is not ours.
Yeah, because goba nale confusion. Oh, okay, malengaka two masheke, one event. Tell us more.
Okay, the relationship Forever started in 2017 as a club, and we had a relationship with Mr. Mabuza, the late Mr. Mabuza, who is the owner of AutoZone and the Value Auto Parts. Value Auto Parts being a family group, Eswatini, and the AutoZone being a franchise from South Africa. So our relationship as Forever started with them as AutoZone, and therefore there's two checks we were presented with. The first one being for the event itself, being their Value Auto, which we are here today to promote.
The
78,500.
Okay.
The second, that one, exactly that one. The second one being the sponsorship to the club, which is held over 2 years, an annual period that they sponsor us a new kit. There's a new kit which will be seen. It was seen at the Nationals and it will be seen at the Too Fast Too Furious. Is a value of 90,000 emalangeni from AutoZone to Forever Cycling.
I'm tempted to join.
To start cycling.
But 7 is a special number. If I remember very well, Forever Cycling 2015, Nyalong 2022, 7 years.
7 years.
And this month, July, is the 7th month.
So that's a very good numbers. Yeah, I like it that you like those numbers. And our event is already hosting over 80 people have registered.
Oh, okay.
We were looking at 120 by Friday, and we have accommodated 150. Thereby the goodie bags that we have here and the t-shirts and these caps that we receive are all packed in those bags, all branded with the Value Auto, our sponsor, and Forever. And we are proud to say that we are one of the events that has a huge goodie bag. it actually pays you to register.
Before sitting lama goodie bags, 2 weeks ago bekunema national championships cycling. Mhlawumbe ucaba ukuthi kunisite kangakanani some of ema cyclists beka part of ema national champs then eta ku the Too Furious Too Fast Too Furious tournament.
Vele wasita ke kube the race yase ama nationals because nglathi besikhona ku promoter I Too Fast Too Furious and na lapho promotion beyakusiyo nema flyers kuphela. The team Forever Cycling mathi kuvela at nationals kuyabonakala ukuthi no, they are part of the people that want to promote cycling. So we had a full team. We were fortunate to have a champion in the juniors in the Forever colors. We had also the first master in Forever colors who was 3rd overall on the podium, and we had our 2nd and 3rd ladies on the podium for the nationals. So thereby we were marketing our club. At the same time, it was mentioned by our president, Zwide, that the event this coming week is being promoted, and it gave the cyclists time to perform.
Besides kuba yi-honor club Forever Cycling, ngitsite nangichecka ema history books ka cycling ngachecka ukuthi ngathi you have a son.
Yes, I do have.
Tell us more, Mr. Magnama, ukuthi is it a family thing? Because ngesiswati bathi umfundisi akamtala umfundisi, but your son is doing very well.
Ngalama athi sikhokha mamkhokhele ngilathi wadala umfundisi. I need to give all praise and due to my wife. She was the one who started my son cycling at the age of 5.
Oh, nice.
She's the one who got us all cycling in the family. She's currently a member of ECA, and she is also a member of Forever Cycling. And yes, from 5 to 16, he's now 16. He held the first youth championship position in 2015, I think it was the time, under the late President Obama. Yeah, and then he's now, fortunately, last week, the week before last, to have secured the junior championship.
Okay, enough about asasikhuluma ngerace. Irace this coming weekend, right? Mhlawumbe ungasitshela ukuthi ema categories mangakhi kule race, is it 20 kilometers, is it 50 kilometers? Take us through.
Master, there is five events on the day.
Oh, okay.
The first one starting at 8 o'clock, which is the 76 kilometer. The 76 kilometer is an open event, and it starts at 8, the first race, so that they go from MA Ranches towards the Lukula Junction. They turn...
MA, Nausuga Big Bend.
Mausuga Big Bend.
Okay.
MA is 12 kilometers from the Big Bend Junction on the Lukula Road.
Okay.
That will be the first event, a 76 kilometer. The second event is the 96 kilometer event. It starts from MA, heads to Big Bend, and heads back to Lukula, and then back to Big Bend, and finishes at MA Ranches. It will be probably you pass the start finish 4 times, which will be exciting for viewers. The third event starts at 8:20, and I think that is the 24 kilometers. It starts from MA to the Big Bend Junction and back to MA. And that one is for our junior entry-level people who want to start cycling.
Okay.
16 and under will be presented with
16
prizes.
and under. But laba njengabo phathizwe because nabo basafunza.
What we call Patizwe is a backup. He'll be coming behind to do the clearing at the
But ungathi uphethe nako. If you've been following the
Tour de France.
Tour de France, ungathi ngibona invule kanje. Ngibonele kanje. Okay. Ngithathe nas. Bakhona labata wina lo.
Yes.
Oh, okay, nice.
That one you are holding is a pink jersey. We call it a pink jersey.
jersey.
The pink jersey is usually worn by the first woman in the 96 kilometer.
Oh, okay. The likes of Bonsigi, the
Nzi,
likes of
Denise,
Denise.
Sebe.
Okay.
Those are the ladies that will be looked at as the elite of Eswatini.
Ladies, this one is for you. The white one.
The white one is white one will be for the first youth in the 76 kilometer.
The
under 18. Yeah, under 18, first youth junior in the 76 kilometer. So that would be for the likes of Melik Namara, Makepeace Bailey, and Nsiga Manyati, and all those who might enter. The major one, which we're all looking at, is the Tour de France. We might not see it on the coloring here. It's a yellow jersey. The yellow jersey is based on the Tour de France overall winner, and that will be the first male in the 96 kilometer. So he will then win that top as well including the prize money.
The prize money.
That has been
but ngibone sigqoko la kusebusika ke nyalo sithemba naloko ukuthi awina on the day.
No, the cap, let's go ingena nge goodie bag. The goodie bag is it comes with this t-shirt, a goodie bag with some goodies langakhatsi, nemakhatsa la, it's 70s, cyclist, and this cap. And
so if I register or ngiyasithola nje nang part of the event,
as long as you register and you pay your entry fee, I think it's important that I tell you the entry fees. The 200 emalangeni for the 96 kilometer is your entry fee, and 150 for your 76 kilometer, 100 for your 24 kilometer, 75 for the 10 kilometer MTB, and 50 emalangeni for the 5 kilometer MTB. The 10 and the 5 are for children. We wanted to be for the newcomers, the 12 and under, 8 and under, and they get the same goodie bag. So it is a good entry. You get value from your bag for your 50 Rand entry.
Ngone lomhle ungakhathateki nangabe ngeukhona kuwelela kule event ya ka Forever Cycling Too Fast and Too Furious ungakhathateki thine somsakade Eswatini TV Sports sitakuthatha sikubeke sitawuhamba siyothatha konke lokutabe kwendeka le entasehlanzeni sibuye sitokukhombisa la. Mr Clinton, thank you so much. I hope ukuthi le event ngaphinze ngikuthole ngive ukuthi ihambe kanjani I race.
Asithembe kanjalo ke Dlamini. Siyabonga ke master.
Siyabonga.
Thank you very much.
Ngasho ukuthi president wayo club Forever Cycling Mr Clinton bekade kutosichazela nje ukuthi ingabe race yange weekend ihamba kanjani nalama categories lataba khona. Kodwa njengoba ngishilo ngone lomhle ukuthi ifocus yonke isedepeni lapho khona sihlangu semnikati sichubeka nayo inzabe yeKhosafa. Sincobile ke nazidlala nayo iMauritius ngamagoli amathathu ecanzeni, the likes of Bo-Oda, the likes of Skali. In fact, go 5 games akakori only once yena Sabelo Nzinisa, so uku reach form asengunike naku ukuthi ingabe vele sihlangu sidlale kanjani bawashaye kanjani futhi lamagoli. Thokote kakhulu ukuthi uhlale nami ubukele nalihlelo Temidlalo. Thokotela ema highlights ayu national team sihlangu semnikati.
At Spar, we've checked every price, counted every coin, and cut every cost to bring you Spar Super Saver Week. Get even more for your money, like Maggie 2-minute noodles multi-pack for just $19.99 and Norox stock cubes 24s. Buy any 2 for only 30 emalangeni. It's Super Saver Week at Spar, 4 to 10 July only. Don't miss out. Exclusive to Spar Rewards customers.
Welcome to Yes Country for unbeatable deals like a 2,400-litre Jojo water tank for just $1,999 and a 150-litre Ariston heater geyser for only $3,749.99. Hurry! Promo ends 9 July. Only at Build It. Yes, we can.
many from Mauritius who have never tasted this stage before. They know what a platform it could be for them, as it has been for many, many players in the past. So our 22 protagonists have assembled alongside our quartet of match officials, and those in the stadium rise to observe the national anthems of the two sides. Well, the national anthems out of the way now. The players will assemble for a quick team photograph, and we'll get to introduce you to exactly who will be turning out this afternoon. A 2 p.m. kickoff here at the King Eswatini Stadium. This Mauritius side, well, they've been starved of club football for quite some time, so those included will be eager to impress. As a mix of youth and experience for Club M. Kevin John Luis in between the sticks has an excess of 50 caps, whilst 20-year-old Stefan Gentil is centre half, only debuted this year. The brothers Yannick and David Aristide will be hoping to make their mark further up the field. Just 20 and 21 years of age. Some very familiar faces for Sihlangu Simnikati, but there is a debut in the back line for Eswatini today. Peter Junior Dlamini makes the first international start, and there are more potential debutants on the bench as well. Also plenty of experience too, with Fanelo Mamba included. He was fantastic in Mabeka last year. Sabelo Nzinisa leads the line. He is approaching 60 caps for the national team. Our match officials, our referee in charge today is Tirero Mosutwane. He's from Botswana. He'll be assisted by Mexulu of Zambia and Alex Lumpunjani of Namibia, refereeing course back when he was a 16-year-old, and he gets us underway. It's going to be interesting to see how these two sides just size each other up. Both have been in camp on and off for quite some time. For Mauritius, without league football to occupy their time. Of course, the national team has taken more of the precedence, and there are several young players who have been drafted in from what they call their high performance centre, under 20 or under 17.
And also that will probably give the coach enough time to be able to prepare for his side to come here, and also give you so much time, because normally as a coach in the national team you only had a week. So with that preparation, hopefully, you know, as a coach, you'd want everything that you prepared for to come out in the game today. You're going to be able to be exposed to make your mark, to make your name, and also introduce yourself to a continent of football. Yeah. And that's exactly what it did to me.
Fanelo Mamba was offside, but Mexulu waited until he actually became involved in play to blow his whistle. Case in point there, though, Teko, what you were just mentioning, this platform has launched so many players. You went on to reach the final with South Africa and play Zambia. Again, I won't mention who, but a certain young up-and-coming, very hot prospect scored the winning penalty on that day.
I guess that tournament actually was I think one of the most enjoyable tournaments that I played. And it was interesting enough that when you're playing Zambia in the final, you know, it was so tough. It was very, very difficult to play against Zambia, because I think they possessed a similar style to South African football. And we struggled a little bit, but we managed to win. But interestingly enough, the same team that we played against in the final of COSAFA, they went on to win, you know, AFCON. When they played Cote d'Ivoire in the final with Kennedy Mwene as a goalkeeper. So it was very interesting to see that, but also we strongly believe that at the time, if we could have kept the same squad, hopefully.
Yeah, it says a lot about keeping a group of players together and letting them grow as a national team and develop together. They look long again to Eswatini. This time Zinzniza, who's been located. Unfortunately, he had gone a little early.
You can see with Eswatini, clearly they have this game plan of trying to play the ball over the Mauritian defense. Maybe they've identified maybe the lack of speed there in their defense. But in both teams, the tempo of the game now, it's very interesting, it's very nice. I think the weather also allows for the tempo to be a little bit more faster. So we just hope that with this game, we'll be able to see goals like we see yesterday.
And that was when, I guess, the weather did settle down a bit and it cooled. You can get some very summery days in the middle of winter here in Durban. That was the case yesterday. Eswatini keep the pressure on. Oh, big call for the referee to make, and he has pointed to the spot.
Well spotted there from the referee, and his positioning as well. You know, he was at the right place at the right time, and that was a good call. You can see even the Mauritian team is not even contesting that.
And absolutely no complaints.
It is a handball.
Well, it's an awful moment for the 18-year-old Gori Prosper. He's the youngest player out on the park there, part of the under-20 national team setup, and his error has afforded Eswatini the opportunity to go ahead. It's a big moment, it's competently done. A brilliant opener from the captain from 12 yards, Lindum Konta, who's appearing for the 43rd time in the colours of Eswatini, scores his maiden goal and put his side ahead in their Group B opener.
A good penalty there from Lindum Konta. But also it also helps as well, you know, to get an early goal to settle into the game for Eswatini. It's a lead also they needed. Came via penalty because they're playing those crosses inside the ball. And unfortunately for Mauritius, they conceded a penalty.
Oh, interesting celebration. Lindum Konta, a man who loves to lead the dressing room singing. Has a great voice as well, according to some of his teammates at least. And he has done the business from the spot inside 10 minutes. And you have to say, over the course of those 10 or so minutes, Eswatini had thoroughly dominated proceedings.
Yep. You know, whenever they have the ball, whenever they win the ball, they look to play forward as quickly as possible, engaging those wingers. Your Mamba, Konto up front there, trying to turn the defense around. You can see that this is what they have identified, this is what they've been practicing on, to try and play as quickly as possible.
Well, they've had good preparations coming into this tournament. Have Eswatini arrived on Saturday as this one slipped through for Denisa. This pass perhaps a little heavy, and only the side netting found this time around by Kwakatwala, a 20-year-old who plays for Young Buffaloes. He's the second youngest player on the park and the youngest for Eswatini. Emmanuel Vincent. Now Balisson. Jinsi. Derugia back to him.
You remember back in when you now succeeded playing in one of those top teams, you remember back then that those sacrifices actually do pay off, and this is an opportunity for every player with all the conditions that you face in your own country to come here and actually play this beautiful game of football.
Slipped through, but Well read and cut out by Adrien Francois. And those sacrifices might be very worth it for some of these players, especially if they have a great tournament. If you're going to inspect the suites here at the Eswatini Stadium, they're packed full of agents. There's several scouts as well. A couple even from overseas.
Like you said earlier on, this tournament we've seen a lot of players coming out from this tournament, and I just hope that these players as well that are playing, they'll be able to understand that, you know, not only just representing your country, but also, you know, there's a big opportunity for you to be able to be scouted and have an opportunity to come and play in the PSL, because we know there's a lot of scouts, there's a lot of interest in these games.
Nice little exchange of passes. Referee not interested in the appeals from Mauritius as Eswatini try and make something happen, but Tunisia, he wanted a crisper pass into his feet, and it was unfortunately experienced a situation where he's responsible for a potentially game-changing moment in a negative sense, especially in a stage like this. Now another mistake, this time from Derugia. Eswatini can't capitalize, still they have the ball though. Sprayed out wide to Konta. Bossing things here, Fanelo Mamba. Abeleza. Konta. Well, the referee doesn't play advantage here. And by all indications, Eswatini would have loved to continue in that situation.
Yeah, you can see the players are also mourning to the referee that why couldn't just give us an advantage, because, you know, we're on the verge of scoring a goal or creating something, but yet again, sometimes you want the referee to be calling those fouls, but there's an opportunity that Eswatini had. You could see there what he was trying to do there. Just ban it on the other side of the goalkeeper, Mkondo. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. You can see the way he controlled the ball. But sometimes you actually think that you've got so much time inside the box, but you don't. You only have 2 seconds to think exactly what is it that you want to do. But great defense there from Mauritius.
Well, it's been lined up and struck from range by Twala, and in the follow-up is more decent hit, has to be said. Andy Mogagula, Royal Leopards man. That's the police force team. Having a nice crack at goal. He's yet to score an international goal. Five minutes until the interval. Eswatini did win their opening game last year against Lesotho, but before that they hadn't won their opening game since 2015 when they defeated Tanzania. One of the guest nations that's been invited to compete in the COSAFA Cup over the years. This year Senegal, for the second year running, have been invited. Here's Eswatini looking for their second. Blocked away.
I guess with Senegal as well, with so much pressure on Senegal, especially this time around, it'll be very interesting to see what type of team they bring in, what type of talent do they have. Do they have players that will be able to succeed with Sadio Mane's?
Did bring a very young squad to the COSAFA Cup last year. This is swung and challenged for it, did Peter Junior Tlamini. Babani Highlanders man who's on debut today. Vincent. Balisson. Prosper to Balisson again. Not a bad escape from Mauritius. That's probably their best passage of passing, which has come to a rather unflattering end. Ball out for a throw-in.
But you look at them, the way they played around, they played out only to come back again and rebuild again. And that won't cause any threat to Eswatini's defense. They need to be able to turn the defense around just the way Eswatini turns them around in order for them to create those goal-scoring chances. They need to play it a little bit more forward. And they do have a big boy up front, Nazir. They need to play those balls to him, and then the midfielders need to join in. But they seem not to be doing that.
Tanisa lays it off from Konta. Tanisa, by the way, netted 2 goals last year at this tournament, and both very crucial as well. Again, the ball worked into space and back for Magagula. Nothing more than a goal kick.
Twala on the left hand side seems to find his joy there. He comes in as an inverted or overlapping fullback there. He brings in those crosses, and he forces now Mauritius on the right hand side to defend a little more deeper. Francis to come back. Moto as well to be able, because they do 2v1s on the left hand side, and Twala's been bringing those crosses on the left hand side. I think both fullbacks for Eswatini, they're the ones who are adding more numbers going forward, because they probably really see there's no resistance from the Mauritian side to force them to defend a little bit more deeper.
Edging towards the break here. And Mauritius perhaps might be missing likes of Adrian Botla, who's injured at the moment, as this one's brilliantly played in. What an intervention that is. Absolutely superb to deny Nazira.
Clearly you can see, Grant, that Nazira is the target man, and whenever they bring the ball inside the box, he gets to be at the end of it, so they need to bring more balls and getting him into play.
They keep the pressure on. Prosper. Ball out to Jackson. Balisson. Jackson all the way back to Vincent. Ball lifted over the top by Yannick Aristide, the 21-year-old from Cirque du Yakim. Into the final minute now, or rather past the final minute, into 1 minute of additional time. Mauritius also chose to leave experienced players like Stefan Nabab and Moko Dorza at home.
Probably maybe they're using this type of games to prepare their national team.
Yeah.
The senior team to make sure that they do have probably maybe enough pool of players to be able to be brought in, and this is one of those tournaments that you can use that, using the young players, giving them exposure, let them learn and have an experience of playing such tournaments.
Now chance in the closing stages for Eswatini. Can they capitalize? Ball stabbed behind, so a corner kick to come. Likely the last play of the game, if indeed the referee actually allows Sislanga to take it.
That was a good one. Good defense there from Moto to come back, and that's the 2v1 that I always told you about. On that side, they do overload him on that side.
The corner is met with venom, but Mabilesa has crashed that.
That volley was inviting.
Yeah, it was. Well, it's a goal from the captain, Lindo Mkonta, that separates these two sides. Showed a lot of composure from 12 yards to give Eswatini the lead. They will be hoping to top Group B come the end of this week and advance to the quarterfinals of the competition. They've been enjoying some success in the CASAFA Cup in recent times. As the players trudge off now, Mauritius know that there's certainly things that need changing, but they might take positives from some of the chances they had later on. For the time being, Eswatini lead by a goal to nil.
Mzansi.
So Mauritius and Eswatini have gone into the break with the Mountain Kingdom leading, and this is how 18-year-old Gori Prosper giving away a penalty early into the game. The man to shoulder the responsibility, Lindo Mkonta, who skippers the side, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. All smiles, having netted his first international goal.
Yeah, great penalty there. A lot of composure as a leader, the captain, leading from the front. And that's also a celebration to follow as well.
Quite the celebration. It wasn't as if Mauritius weren't without chances of their own. Ashley Nazira is always lurking, and there was some brilliant skill that allowed this moment for Jackson. He launched a shot at the near post.
And especially on the left-hand side where Mauritius looked a little bit more dangerous is when Jackson gets involved. But this was a good skill there from Moto to bring in the box. But you're hoping the person to get, at the end of the box of the ball actually is Nazir, who's a little bit more taller. But yet again, it's one of those chances that they couldn't score.
Fanelo Mamba, he's full of trickery himself. And that cross, you feel, was en route to Sabelo Nzinisa, who likely would have put it away if not for that palm from Kevin Jean-Louis.
Yeah, he was looking there at the last post, and Jean-Louis made sure that he parries it away. But good run there from Mamba to be able to spot on Nzinza on the left-hand side.
Later in the half, Ashley Nazira was also found in the box, had his shot blocked away, as we just assess the halftime statistics. Even in terms of possession, almost even. Eswatini just shading over 53%. They've had more goal attempts and more shots on target, though Eswatini with 6 in total and 4 hitting the mark. Mauritius have just mustered the 3 and 2 shots on target, so exactly 50% of what Eswatini have managed at this point. Well, both teams have a bevy of subs that they can potentially bring on if they want to change this game. For Eswatini, the likes of Sandile Gamedze is a familiar name, and Kitukuhle Mkonfo, who scored in their bronze medal match last year and indeed in their opener in 2021. He's a good possible. Welcome back for the second half of this Group B encounter at the 2022 Hollywood Bets CASAFA Cup between Mauritius and Eswatini. And courtesy of this man, their skipper of Sislang Simnikati, Lindo Mkonta, it is Eswatini who have a slender advantage. So a rather gloomy day here in Umlazi, but wonderful conditions for playing football. And we don't expect the pace or tempo of the game to drop all too much over the course of this second 45, where I'm joined once again by Tekmodise.
Yep, but from the Mauritian side, they'll probably hope that they'll up the tempo a little bit just to come back and equalize and get that equalizer and play more on Eswatini's half to be able to create those goal-scoring opportunities.
Well, Mauritius look as though they were giving a firm dressing down in the change room, because they are immediately onto the attack. That's a good stretch from Sandanenzwe Matibela, 32-year-old goalminder from Babani Swallows. Brilliantly through. Big opportunity here for Mamba. He's been thwarted by Jean-Louis.
I thought he took it too early there. He had so much time, so much space, and what a brilliant pass to set him through. If you look at it again with that first touch, you can see that he wants to get inside the box to be able to choose his corner, and also is comfortable in both left and right. I thought that he took it too early there. He had so much time and space to come in and just get closer to the goalkeeper, because you can see that that ball they didn't have enough power and went straight to the goalkeeper, but nonetheless it's still a great save from
I
John
think he'll
Lewis.
be the first to admit that it wasn't the most convincing strike either. He scored the third of 3 goals against Lesotho in their opener in 2021. Now another big opportunity for Eswatini. Mamba set it back this time around. Oh, it's a feather towards the corner, and it's just wide from Sfiso Matse, who has contributed a couple of goals, international goals from midfield in the past.
Yeah, that's a great set there.
Well, Mamba originally set it for Nzilisa.
Yeah.
He identified that he probably couldn't fire off a shot. He found Matse, his low drive just
Clever pass. Great defending there from Mauritius. He couldn't go through. But that's a smart play. Being aware on your areas where you are and your teammates as well, their runs as well. You know, also it helps as well, because look at that pass. That well read there from Juan T. But what I can tell you is, once you get to those areas, if you're a clever player who knows how to play the ball, who knows how to pass those balls, those passes are forever, ever important, because now the defenders are anticipating you to play the other way around, and then you play a closest one here. And that was a clever pass, but then again it was read very well from the defensive from Mauritius.
showman stuff from Eswatini. Cracked open that Mauritius defence on a couple of occasions already since the restart. Matse got the ball out wide to Mamba. It's a mad scramble at the back. Konto with the cross. Surely an opportunity here for Eswatini. Great recovery from the goalkeeper to involve himself. Take it away. Dominic Kunene hoping he doesn't, his side don't live to rue that missed opportunity. Just a little too heavy for Mamba. Dominic Kunene assisted by Anthony Mdluli, who's serving as a goalkeeper coach last year at the Kasafa Cup. He also served as interim coach for close to a year in between Peter de Jong and Costa Papic, who was the coach before Kunene. Jackson with the deep cross. Now. Whoa, my goodness, that was close. Adrien Francois. Well, you wondered what he would conjure from such a tight angle. And he's looped that onto the top of the crossbar.
That's a very good skill there. To be able to get into that awkward angle, but he knew exactly what he wanted to do. Nearly got in.
That block echoed around this compact Kings Eswatini Stadium. Now well cut out. Magagula. Konto works the space. And that one just fading away from goal. It initially looked like it was going to hit on target, but drifted wide. Key point earlier on that Konto, Magagula, and Mamba have all been withdrawn by Eswatini. They're being rested. Here surely is the third. Look. Just wide from a goal scorer in chief, Sabelo Nzinisa.
He's also one of the standout players for Eswatini today. He's still on the park. I wouldn't be surprised also later on when you see the coach probably really trying to rest him as well, but he's also one of those players as well, going forward, influential, very smart on the ball. And yeah, he is again, didn't get enough angle for him to be able to put it there, but you can see his intention.
Tanisa again. Matse. Oh, he worked so hard to regather possession. Matsebula out to Twala. Did cross from him. Just 1 day of rest in between matches for these sides. Eswatini playing today and again on Friday. They'll rest on Saturday and then play again on Sunday.
It must be tough. It's very difficult. Just 1 day of recovery and then you're back at it again. And I guess that's why it helps with the first game. You win comfortably, be able to rest the players that you need to be a little more fresher going on in the second game.
If you don't like ice baths, this will be a hellish week.
I never like ice baths.
Who does?
Never.
You only like how they make you feel afterwards, but not,
Yeah.
not during.
Yeah, during, no, it's a problem. And at times we were forced to, you find, the trainers standing right there to make sure that everybody goes into those ice baths. I'll try every trick in the book not to go in.
Yeah.
But like you said, how it makes you feel. I mean, that's what important.
Oh, Gentil's giving it away. Matse launches from range. Was a clean hit, just over the crossbar.
It's been coming. He's been getting into those areas. Yep. The first half, he had a couple of shots as well. He's getting in there, and that's what you need as well as a number 8 to get into, a little bit higher up the pitch. And if you have a chance to shoot, then why not?
I think he's had 2 of the best long-range shots. That and another earlier in this second half when he put it just wide of the upright with that low-driven shot. Now Nzinisa racing clear and he's onside. Nzinisa has scored despite the touch from Kevin Jean-Louis. It's 3 for Eswatini. And it's lucky number 13 for Sabelo Nzinisa in the colors of his homeland.
A lot of questions that needs to be asked from Mauritius defense. But Nzinisa find himself 1v1 with the keeper. And he made sure that he punished, he hit the target this time around. Juan Lewis tried to save it with his right. But then again, so much power in it. But one of the star players as well, get the goal there. Like I said earlier on, maybe now there's an opportunity for the coach to rest him because if it's 3, you've got enough cushion that you need. You've got only 1 day to rest. You want your attacking players to have more legs come the second game.
Well, just minutes ago, he tried to guide a strike into the bottom corner with not a particular amount of power. Now he thought, I just need to get it on target, but I'll put more behind it.
Yeah, because the first one he tried to curl it, actually used an inside step. And right now he went for full power, hit the target, came a goal.
Well, it's his 6th goal in the Kasafa Cup. So he's trying to close in on Felix Barn and also has 9. Eswatini's biggest ever win came in 2016. It was 4-0 against the Seychelles. So just 1 more goal to equal that particular record. Matabela, the man who has been almost wholly untroubled over the course of this match. The referee didn't like that. And yellow card for Sarah. I'll use this opportunity now to make a couple more changes. More Mauritius. Went over the ball, started showing. A right smile from Matze because I think he thought he was the man that was going to be penalized. So we do have Stefan Pertico is onto the park, a man who's making his 44th international appearance. Another player coming in is Jean-Pascal Collin. Changes made in total. Stefan Gentil is the man who departs, a 20-year-old who's been playing at the back, run ragged today. Bit of an unfortunate introduction to CASAFA Cup football. Spisel Matze has put in a phenomenal shift for Eswatini in the middle of the park this afternoon, and he gets a well-deserved rest with Leon Manyisa coming on in his place. Manyisa, another like the two before him, that is making a debut off the bench.
I guess when the scoreline is like this, it becomes a little bit easier for the coach to make those changes, because you also want to give these youngsters an opportunity to get a taste what it feels like to play for the national team. But the only way for you to do that as a coach, it's when you're comfortable within the lead, you're in control of the game. And this is what Eswatini has been doing since the beginning of the game, being control of the tempo, having created more chances than Mauritius, and more goals as well.
Forward by Jean-Louis. The turn from Manyisa has been able to dispense it out to Konta. Next up for Eswatini, a match against Malawi on Friday. They've only met them once before in the CASAFA Cup. That was back in 2007. A match that they won by 1-0. Not perhaps as rosy for Mauritius in terms of their next opponent. They will be hoping to put the Mountain Kingdom in their rearview mirror, and they will, Eswatini at least, and then they'll face another in the form of Lesotho, a side they've met twice at the CASAFA Cup, and they've lost both meetings. 2-0 in 2009 and 3-0 in 2016. Lesotho, by the way, will be contesting their opening game against Malawi at 5 p.m. Good day at the office for Dominic Kunene. Terrific day, in fact. Could get better. About 30 seconds to play. Final thoughts, Teko, on this comfortable victory for Eswatini and a great platform for the rest of their tournament.
Look, it's a game that they did everything well from the beginning of the game. They had good intentions of trying to win the game. And there's a comfortable lead that you need, to build up from there. Scoreline, it's very convincing for the coach. Be able also to give youngsters a couple of chances and build up for the next game, because it's going to be difficult against Malawi. We know how Malawi is. You've got star players from that side as well, but you want to go into that game with so much confidence. And I think this is the game that gave them that confidence as well.
And they may not be done yet. Only seconds to go. Matsibula looking for a debut goal on the turn. Gone past the 2 minutes of additional time. They feel as though the whistle's imminent. In fact, there it is. And Eswatini begin their 2022 Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup campaign in emphatic fashion. They've put Mauritius to the sword. 1 goal in the first half, and you felt as though there might be a tight second period. That wasn't the case. Eswatini continued to dominate, continued to create chances. They stuck away another 2 courtesy of Mamba and Inzanisa to add to the first half. A penalty strike from Lindo Mkonta, and they begin in style. Still coming to you live from the Kingsvillatini Stadium, Lazikwati, and just providing a quick recap on what we've seen in this match between Mauritius and Eswatini. Weren't even 10 minutes into the game before this cross from Mkonta found the hands of the 18-year-old Gordy Prosper, and having effectively won the penalty, their captain stepped up, confidently dispatching from 12 yards.
Yeah, it's an early lead that they needed, and after that lead, I think they calmed down a little bit. They got into the game because they got their passing patterns right, and they started dominating the game. And I think from there on, it was all problems from Mauritius defensively. There was too many questions, because that's when now, Eswatini started creating more opportunities.
Well, create opportunities they did. Sfiso Matse, who had a terrific game, finding Fanelo Mamba, who ironically had been a little quiet up till this point. It had a really good first half and then gone off the boil a little. But when he got his opportunity, 1 touch, good hit.
And that touch as well, sets him off nicely. Look at the ball that bounces, uses his lace, full power, hit the target. 2-0 for Eswatini.
And then you really have to question the defending of Mauritius here. It's a header that comes straight back at them, and all of a sudden, Inzanisa is clean through on goal. And the man who turns 31 at the end of this month made no mistake, having missed the target only minutes before that. And it was curtains for Mauritius. No way back. Eswatini with a dominant performance and a scoreline that reflects as much, as will these statistics. Almost 60% of the possession belonging to Sihlangu Simnikati. Look at that goal attempts, 18, 11 hit the target. So perhaps it's even surprising that they only managed 3 goals. In the end, job well done for Dominic Konene's men.
I am pitch side with our player of the match, Sfiso Matse, and to hand his accolade, we do have Mr. Vusi Mazibuko from the municipality of eThekwini. Babongamnika his trophy. Congratulations, udlale kahle kakhulu bhuti wami. Incredible performance today from Temidlalo. Akungitshele kancane about the game yanamhlanje, because it seemed like you had a game plan and you executed it very well.
Yeah, kokuqala ngabonga uNkulunkulu for a gift of life. Akusikhlani phakathi koJabu Msawakhe. Secondly, thanks for the award. Coming to the game, I want to congratulate my technical team and my colleagues because we were able to work together from the drawing board. We talk about this, that we want to work together so that we can achieve something.